Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Jason York. Thanks for joining me on the York Sports Report Show. We've got a lot to cover today, so we'll probably do the show in a few segments. Click right up there where it says Jason 2395. It gets a tad bit better looking. Anyways, today is hockey game day. Vancouver Canucks and the Hawks are both in action. Hawks wrap up the Central Division over the weekend. Same with the Canucks. They win the Smythe Division, or the Pacific Northwest Division. The Hawks and the Canucks are in a position now where they could possibly maybe sit a couple players. I would like to see the Chicago Blackhawks sit Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, maybe Seabrook and Keith. I don't know how they're going to do that. The Hawks have 3 games left, so do the Vancouver Canucks. It's anyone's guess who is going to be benched, yeah, I mean, obviously benched in a good way. Canucks play the Avs, the Colorado Avs tonight. The Avs, the news there, though, is Peter Mueller got hurt yesterday or on Sunday. 3 points in that game for Mueller. He's been hot of late since this trade, but Mueller goes down with a knee injury as well. Now, the big news in Vancouver, though, is Christian Ehrhoff will not play tonight. Shane O'Brien is back in the lineup. Who knows how Shane's going to respond after his little sort of vacation away from the team for 5 or 6 days. But at the end of the day, Ehrhoff is out of the lineup. And that's big because you're taking a guy that is all about wheels, who's got a great slap shot, who puts it precisely on net. I mean, there's a few Canuck players that when they shoot, it goes sideways. It just doesn't ever reach the net. But Ehrhoff, when he wires it, it's a razor. It's a laser. It's always on net. You're taking 43 points out of the lineup. You're taking 22 big minutes. In terms of coming back on defense, he's got wheels. I mean, so he's a big piece of this lineup that is going to be yanked out of the lineup. So. Who knows what's going to happen there? Let's cross our fingers that Ehrhoff isn't out of the lineup for far too long here. In Dallas, though, there's a couple of rumors right now. Mike Modano may or may not retire. That's sort of in Modano's court. We've heard this for the last couple of years. He hasn't pulled a Brett Favre or anything like that, but Modano could be retiring. The other Mike Modano sort of rumor linked with Wayne Gretzky and Brett Hull is that they may take over the Dallas Stars. So keep your finger on that. Last night, the March Madness final between Butler and Duke. I liked it and I didn't like it. I thought the refereeing was kind of iffy. I think they allowed some non-calls to go where it wouldn't ruin the game, but there was a lot. I think there was far too many calls that there was a few traveling plays on Duke that they didn't call, and I didn't like that. And then they get the easy layup. But anyways, I mean, it had good tempo. It was exciting. It was dazzling. All that stuff. Duke wins. That's good for college basketball because everyone goes, oh, I'd like to see the underdog team wins. When the underdog team wins, it doesn't do anything for college basketball. I mean, it does a little bit in terms of fan sort of appreciation, but the money doesn't. When Duke wins, it's money. So that's why the NCAA is probably extremely happy that Duke wins again. Anyways, I'm not a big Duke fan. Donovan McNabb goes to the Washington Redskins over the weekend. We sort of spoke about that briefly. That's not a good deal anyway for Philadelphia. I don't know what the hell Philadelphia was thinking there. If you go back and you look at the numbers, I mean, there's this sort of eerie number that's they're talking about with Shanahan today. He came to Denver when Elway was in his 11th year, and then 2 Super Bowls later. So who knows? Donovan McNabb leaves Philadelphia with a 65.5% winning percentage there. 5 NFC finals. That's a stupid move. I really think. I think Philadelphia just has a lot of meatball fans. I mean, maybe not the fans. I'm not ever going to get on the fans in Philly because I love the fans in Philly. The Philly fans are, whatever. There's another article here that a number of media folk are speaking about today, is that a gentleman by the name of Ford has decided to write a story about Andy Reid could be next, more or less. And if Andy Reid's gone, Philadelphia is in a big pile of crap. Andy Reid could lose his job in 2 minutes, and he'll have a job within an hour. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I mean, this guy has more or less 8, 9, 10, 11 winning seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. You've never heard anything bad said about Andy Reid by any players. So, anyways, his resume speaks for itself. Excuse me. And then there's another bogus story written in Philadelphia, I think, or it was in Florida this morning, that Tim Tebow was being looked at by the Philadelphia Eagles. Anyways, I'm not even going to get into that. I mean, if Tim Tebow went there, the Philly fans would literally eat him. Like, they would eat him. They would throw him on the barbecue in the backyard. His mom and dad would be standing there, and they would be bawling. They would just be crying, and you would hear Tim as he's being cooked up. He'd be crying. So, I hope he goes to Philadelphia, because then he might actually get sort of taken care of. I don't think he's a very good quarterback at all. His arm does funny things. Whatever.